everything. You know how I do this. What's up? Come prepared. All right. Thought I was gonna be talking to y'all on the on my sister's computer, but I gotta figure out how that works. So I'm here because I had a computer, everything set up. So I gotta figure out how to do this computer thing. So I'm on my phone again. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I gotta wait for a couple of more people to come in here. Hope everybody is good on this good Saturday. Hello, Miss Harris. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Woo! Hope everything is everything. Damn, I really thought I was gonna do it on this computer. I got the computer and everything. I'm doing well. I'm doing well on this muggy day. I wish I had some hot chocolate. I need some hot chocolate. But other than that, everything is good. Hope everything is good with you guys. Jester, you know, I thought I was gonna block you. I'm just gonna lead you. You can stay right there. Stay right there. Hello, say hello to my troll Jester. I was gonna put Jester on timeout, but it takes a real special person to come back and do this the whole time. This person has some talent. This is one of my favorite trolls right here. Okay, so say hello to Troll Jester. Welcome to Troll Jester. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna let Jester rock out. Okay, because imagine you copying and pasting and sending that, copying and pasting and sending that, copying and pasting and saying that. So say hello to Jester. Jester, glad that you are here. Um, and you are special. You are very special. You're one of my special trolls because no matter how many times I put you on timeout, you come right back. You come back every time. So, Jester, you a special one. You a special one, Jester. You a special one. Wait till I get to 20. I start with my 20 followers, and then I get into it. And Jester can do her thing. Please like and subscribe. Jester, I hope that you're subscribed to me. I really hope that you're subscribed to me, that you make sure you come in here um, even when you time out. You understand? Yeah. When I say they so mad, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, gotta just move on. You gotta move on, Jester. I know it's hurting you. This might be Kamala. This might be Kamala Harris. Or Roland Martin. It might be Roland Martin too. I don't know, but I'm gonna let her rock out. I'm gonna let Jester or whoever this person is, whatever you identify as. I identify you as a clown, but you may identify you as something else. But you are a certified clown. Okay. Now, anyway, so I'm here to talk about um, the Democratic Party and, how they lost the election, because from Uncle Luke to Roland Martin to Mama Knowles, they, instead of looking at the reasons why they lost, they are blaming it on, of course, racism, of course, misogynistic, of course, America doesn't respect black women, and that's not the reason why the Democratic Party lost. So I just wanted to come here to discuss some of the reasons why they lost and where do we go from here. Okay. So last year, I had did a podcast episode called All Hands on Deck and the Final Movement. And in that podcast, I discussed how corrupt the government is, and basically the entertainment, the black entertainment that we have, really needs to rise up and say something and do something. And they decided to rise up and do something on behalf of Kamala Harris. And that was not, they missed the whole mission. The whole mission basically was, let's boycott the election, right? Let's boycott the election. Let's go back in history. Let's really show both parties that we ain't rocking with neither one of them, because because we're not being heard, and it didn't quite go like that, right? And then with me dealing with Chicago and dealing with the corruption in Chicago, and it's full of Democrats, my stance was, we putting Trump in the office, because no one's hearing me on the federal level, no one's hearing me on the state level, and then I'm going down, as y'all see, I'm going down to City Hall every day and every week, and they have ignored that, right? Look at this. This is a special woman. She's still doing this. I'm 7 minutes in. We're almost 10 minutes of that. Okay? That is, this is why I fight for us too, because this is an undiagnosed person. This person is undiagnosed. Okay? This person is super undiagnosed. Had you studied a bit harder back in school, you would be stuck doing this now, would you? That makes no sense what you're saying, but of course you're probably also a troll as well, because that doesn't have anything to do with it. Our the people who we had in representation did not do what they were supposed to do. Okay, so me going to school or not, this is just, black people are lazy, and we have an issue with not wanting to stick together. We don't have to deal with anything what's going on when it comes to the government. Our ancestors showed us that, but a lot of us are like Jester. So that is why we cannot take it to the next level. But I am determined that we are going to get to where we need to go. And if the people who follow me and know that and see that, will also get to where we need to go. So that's how that works. Now, going back to what I was saying. In 2020, 90% of black voters in Chicago supported the Democratic candidate, which was Joe Biden. Okay? But we always, it doesn't matter who it is, we always support the Democratic Party, because that's what the Democratic Party is. That's what the Democratic Party, black people just always support the Democratic Party. Can't even really give you reasons why they support the Democratic Party. They'll bring up the 1964 Act. They'll bring up Dr. King, but that's about it. So anyway, The issue is the reason the last election cycle was, I think, the last straw for a lot of people, especially a lot of black people, seeing that no matter how we vote, we're not getting nothing for our vote. We're not being heard. All we're hearing is that the Republican Party is racist, the Republican Party is misogynistic, and so this is where at the end of the day, we have to we not gonna vote, or we're gonna have to keep voting blue, and eventually they're gonna do something. Eventually they're gonna do something, right? Right, all that stuff, right? Instead of somebody saying, okay, well, why haven't we went independent yet, right? So you see all these people online, all these black influencers, like the Hotep people and all those people that will sit and be like, they will sit and talk about how we need our reparations. They will sit and talk about how we're not getting anything. They'll sit and talk about how there's tethers and all of this stuff. But no one is getting to a solution, right? No one's getting to the root of the problem. No one's getting to well, this is what we need to do type thing, right? And then when somebody does suggest something, then it's not, we can't do that. That's too critical, or that's going to be a problem and all that stuff, right? And that is where we don't go anywhere, right? So it's just crazy. Now, the historical context of the Democratic Party's relationship with black Americans is black Americans played a pivotal role in the civil rights movement with the Democratic Party, historically positioning itself as the champion of the civil rights, which we did. But also the civil rights has been, okay, y'all ready? Okay, all right. They told me to put you in timeout, Jester. You have a good one, Jester. Now, all right, we got rid of Jester. We gave Jester 12 minutes. 12 minutes of her doing that. That right there is special ed. Okay? That right there is special ed. And I'm going to make sure I find the mental health resources for Justa. I'll never block you, Justa. I'll never block you. But you just continue to do the same. That right there is what the Democratic Party wants us to do. That right there is insanity. And if you keep voting the same way that you vote, you do stuff like that. She's mad at me because I voted for Donald Trump, and look what she's doing. Look what she's doing. She waits until her 24 hours of timeout is done, and she comes and does that every time. Okay, I've only been doing this for like not even a month yet. It'll be a month, November 8th, like to do it every day. So the fact that she's been coming on here every day that's a special one. But I'll never block you, Justa. Never block you. Now, as what I was saying, the civil rights movement was hijacked, right? Hello, Miss Trina, was hijacked, and everybody profited off of the civil rights movement except for the people who did all of the boycotting, all of the not voting, all that stuff, right? Everybody, okay? I was reading this thing the other day. Let me get this out for you, right? And this is really what proves my point of why I need to stay in this fight. But it says the median U.S. household income by selected ancestry groups. Indian Americans, which is the tandoori chicken people, $126,705. Filipino, $100,273. Indonesia, $93,500. These are Americans now. These are the ones that come over here. In America, $93,501. Pakistani, $87,000, $509. Iranian, $87,288. Lebanese, $87,099. Chinese, $86,281. Japanese, $85,007. Turkish, $83,375. Israeli, $81,901. Korean, $76,674. Syrian, $72,675. Vietnamese, 72,161,000 versus white Americans, $69,823. We didn't even make the survey. Black Americans didn't even make the survey, right? Now, you've got the Hotep people that will tell you the reason why we're not respected is because of the word black. Get it, got it, understand that. But I also got to disagree with that as well. But one day we're gonna talk about that next week too, because I have my own reasoning with it. I understand that black means dead and stuff, and I get all that. But when with the Atlantic slaves trade, when the Africans sold us to the Europeans and the Europeans brought us over here, um, and we were slaves, and before we were, once we were freed, we were called freedmen, and them. But the Atlanta slave trades, with them coming over here, they made Black Americans. So I go back and forth with that because we can dig deep into history all day, all the time, but it's not getting us anywhere. We're still at the bottom of the totem pole, and that is the problem. Who did the survey? Carpe Diem AEI. The Indian people do that, right? Um, yeah, I'll try to do an X space. See, the X space, what irritates me with the X space is I'm tired of all of those black people that are in those spaces, and all they do is argue back and forth. And that is why we're not getting anywhere. We're not getting anywhere because no one's trying to figure out a solution. I believe I have a solution. So these are for the people who have common sense and who also want to deal with us as black people getting over to where we need to go. And it should not take this long. It shouldn't take long, and it's not going to take long at all. For me, it's not going to take long. For my tribe, it's not going to take long. For people who's following me that has common sense, it's not going to take long. Now, the ones who want to go back and forth and fight and all that type of stuff, I will leave you over there in the corner because you don't even make any sense. But but so me bringing that up is to say that all those people, all those nationalities profited off the civil rights movement, including that's why we don't have affirmative action right now. We don't have affirmative action because who messed that up? The Asians. But because and I say because of us, because we do not fight for anything. We do not stand tall on our things. Like the situation with woke. How the white people done took woke and just messed the word woke up. DEI. Now they're down. Now they're taking the whole DEI thing and taking it all over the place, like making it. And all we do is run and be like, F that, and go somewhere else. We go there, and then we create whatever we create. Then they come and hijack that too, and then we go and do like all we do is run, 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 run. And that is the problem. Petro, you don't another racist. Please clap your hands for racist Petro. Isn't Petro a Greek name? Because my name is Greek too, and I think Petro. I went to school with this boy in elementary school. His name was Petro, and he was Greek. So I think you're a Greek too. I have a Greek name too, Zoe. But give it up for Petro, racist Petro, and we know Greeks are racist too. So give it up for Petro. You got one more. You got one more racist comment. Then we're gonna put you on timeout, and you can come back tomorrow. All right. Now, back to what I was saying. So we have to stop running. Okay, so that's the problem. We have to stop running. We have to stop blaming the white man for everything because it's not always the white man's fault. It is our fault for not continuing the fight, okay? And that's just what it is. We let these people come in here and infiltrate, okay? The issue is these foreigners, okay, that's coming from these different countries. The white man is the least of my concern. We can deal with the white man. It is the foreigners that are coming over here. Another one. If this person came over here, oh, look, they went and found, look at that. That right there is sad. Jessica went and made another page to come back to say Auntie Clown Tom, whatever. But anyway, so yeah, the foreigners are the problem. The white man I could deal with. The white liberal I could deal with. But the foreigners are the people who came and hijacked the whole civil rights movement that our ancestors fought for, and our ancestors did everything that we needed to do. So it's a disrespect to Dr. King. It's a disrespect to Malcolm X. It's a disrespect to any of your anybody that was born during the Jim Crow era. All of that. So we have to go back to. So we have to figure out this way. We have to figure a way out now, right? So we had slavery. We surpassed slavery. The 1919 race riots. We still haven't got paid for that, which we do need to get paid for that, but that's a whole nother story. We have Jim Crow. We got the civil rights movement, but I mean we got the Civil Rights Act, but it did not do anything for us. And we just keep we don't actually like be like, you know what, we're about to fight this. We're not gonna deal with this anymore, right? So with me fighting the establishment myself and realizing that it's people keep voting blue and they can't do nothing for you, and then you got the Republican Party that we don't know, what can happen with the Republican Party because we've never given them a chance. But I'm not going to sit here and give them 40 years. Like Miss Jessica says yesterday, that was perfect. We're not going to play kick the can. We're not going to play kick the can. We're not going to go over here and go over here and go over here and go over here. Nah, next is the independent party if we are not given what we deserve, because the Democratic Party is not going to do nothing for you because they've showed us that they can't do nothing for us. They can sit here and argue about race all the time. They can sit here and argue about oppression all the time, but they have legit walked all over our problems as far as our housing. There's redlining still going on. We're not getting the jobs that we're supposed to be getting. We're not getting we're not getting any of the economic resources that we were supposed to be getting. We're not getting anything. So even with the Hispanics coming in and doing the whole black and brown thing, the black and brown is not conducive for us either because we're not getting anything. Brown is getting everything. So it's not, and I don't even have nothing against any of these foreign entities. Do what you do. But when it comes to black people, somebody has to stand up. And somebody has to give the facts. And the facts are we are not getting our economic resources. And if you want us to continue to give money to the government, because we're paying the same amount, we're actually paying more than these foreigners that are coming over here, and we're not getting anything. So that is where we have to sit here and demand our stuff. It's no talking anymore. It's no got to give people a chance. No, y'all have the Republican Party. This is real talk. The Republican Party has a year and a half to start discussing an economic plan for Black America, right? They also have to start discussing the reason why our houses are being taken. Property is being taken. Why our communities still do not have everything that it needs to have, like everybody else has. Everybody else community got what they got, but us, right? So if you guys want to stay in office, which I'm pretty sure you guys want to stay in office, and this is a perfect time to address our issues, you're going to have to do that because nobody's going back to the Democratic Party. But this is a time for us to go independent, and we can go independent. There is no bigger pack than the black pack, okay? There's no bigger pack, no APAC, no none of that. There's no pack bigger than us. Okay? The problem is we don't talk that economic stuff. Okay? We got too many we have too many accountants, we have too many economists, we have too many people that don't sit here and talk about what we are. We are a corporation. Black America is a corporation. ADOS, a corporation. FBA, corporation. Freedmen, corporation. Niggers, a corporation. Okay? That's what we are. And we are not you, and we are not talking that money. Okay? And that's what we need to talk about. We pay big taxes, like Danny says. We pay big taxes and can't get nothing. Okay? So that is a problem. Even when they tried to help us get ahead a little bit with that PPP, what did they do? Go back and start arresting people. But when it came to these foreigners coming over here, since 2021 until now, they just gave them $400 billion. Okay, that the majority of the politicians stole, but still $400 billion was allocated for them. Okay, but we have yet to get any of that because we sit and we argue in those X spaces about tethers. We argue about dumb stuff about we need this, we can't do this, or this is not designed for us, or the white man don't care, and da 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 da. I don't care about none of that. We are not coming to them with a contract. We're not coming to them and say, hey, now when Ice Cube tried to do it, nobody didn't respect him, right? Nobody didn't care about him back. Well, he's not going back. And I get it, because he's fine. He got money. He's good. He tried to help out, and it just, it is what it is. But it needs to be from the people, and the people are us, right? So we have the time to get our money together, because like I said, the black pack is bigger than any pack. Okay? There is no reason why we do not have our own pack. We should have just like an APAC. You've got all these black entertainers that at 10 o'clock tonight, I'm doing a special, because I'm only going to do this one time, to discuss Diddy and R. Kelly. So at 10 o'clock tonight, because I have a brand called Uncomfortable Truth Lifestyle. So that brand, when those are uncomfortable truth topics, and I'm going to speak on that. But I'm going to tell you right here, it's not going to be on no rah rant gossip about them, because at the end of the day, I am black. I am black first, okay? But I'm going to talk about that situation because I'm going to speak on it one time and one time only. But when it comes to politics, and when it comes to what we got going on, we need to discuss what we're giving to the Republican Party, and what we're giving to the Republican Party as soon as he gets in office. As soon as Trump gets in office January 20th, what are we bringing him? Okay, what are we giving him? Okay, we need to be down in D.C. We need to be lobbying every month. We need to lobby, and that's what we do not do. And we have all these black entertainers who are idiotic or did dumb stuff, so they can't speak out the way that they would like to speak out, because here comes the white people, the Jews, the gay bloggers, and all that start putting their business out there. And we got to stop. I'll talk about that tonight, but we have to stop. We have to ignore that stuff and deal with what we have to deal with now. Our kids are under attack. Our seniors are not being heard. Property taxes is going crazy. They're saying that we're not having babies. Well, we can't have babies because, first of all, it's a lot of undiagnosed people out here. That's number one. Number two is people do not understand the importance of mental health. Mental health is something that's simple, and people don't want to talk about that. Black people do not want. They always want to get away from mental health. Mental health is something that everybody deals with. Black, white, green, purple, orange, gay, straight, church, whatever. We all deal with mental health. We have mental health crisis. It's okay. It happens. But you cannot sit here and continue to push it under the rug because look what's going on now. We have no representation in politics at all. On the red side and on the blue side. We just don't have it. Tim Scott is not representation of me. Brian Donalds is not a representation of me. Candace Owens is not a representation of me. Because you have now, do Candace Owens come out with some good facts? Yes. Does she spit some great things? Yeah. But she's whitewashed. At the end of the day, you can be pro-black and pro-American, and this is what I keep trying to explain to some of my friends as well. A lot of my friends are out here fighting for Palestine. I don't care about Palestine. To be quite honest, I got kids right now. We just had it's about 10 kids that hijacked some people downtown yesterday. 10 kids hijacked some people downtown while the Christmas lights was going on because they're not looking forward to Christmas because they ain't got no toys. They ain't got nothing coming to them because we don't care. We have politicians that do not care. We have entertainers that do not care. Even when you deal with sports. Sports is not even how it used to be. Sports is not even influential anymore. You know, like we got a problem. Like America has a problem. And the problem is Black America is not standing up. We are the most powerful people in the United States. We are the chosen one. There is no reason why we cannot band together. And I say majority, there's going to be some that's going to be left. And that's okay. Harriet Tubman had to leave some people. So it's definitely okay. But we cannot continue to do this. And you're right, we have become hopeless. But there's a lot of people that aren't hopeless. They just have to figure out what is next. And what is next is lobbying. Okay? We can take a trip, honestly. We can take a trip to Chicago. I mean, we can take a trip to DC once a month. We could make it a party. You understand? We can go down there on a Friday. Or we can go down there on a Wednesday, because usually a lot of stuff you start on Wednesdays down there on Capitol Hill. We can do Wednesday, Thursday on Capitol Hill lobbying. Friday, Saturday, we can have an event down there. And we can continue to do this every month, right? And I'm trying to tell you, it should take us a year to get heard, right? And once we get heard by Congress, because I'm trying to tell you, one thing I do know about white men, I don't care racist or not. If you come with a plan and you come and you let them know, and you let them know that at the end of the day, they will, you come with a plan and it makes sense, which is going to make sense because anything that Black America comes with a plan, they will do it because the Republicans do not want to lose that House. The Republicans do not want to lose that majority of the Senate. They want to keep that House. And a lot of Black people don't want to be in politics. You understand? They want to be chilling. They want to vibe. They really don't want to do this. But at the end of the day, somebody's going to have to speak up for us. So we're going to have to do this. This is real simple. This is common sense. And these are people who know I know y'all tired of paying property taxes, all these property taxes. I know y'all see what's going on in Chicago, in New York, in Detroit, in Colorado. I know that you see that we're paying the same type of taxes that everybody else is, but we're not getting anything. I know you're tired of seeing these foreigners in our communities getting whatever, and we're not getting anything. That does not make any sense. So we have to St. Louis right. So yeah, it's never vote. Democrats are done. We're done. It's Republican or independent. That's the only thing we got left. So that's it. But we have to do the work, and the work starts now. We're gonna need money. Okay, we're gonna need money, and that's just what it is. People gonna have to pay for flights. People gonna have to take a Frontier flight. It ain't nothing wrong with Frontier. I know, but I don't take Frontier. Nigga, if we gotta get to DC, we gotta take Frontier. Okay, we gotta get to DC. We gotta sit here. We need our own department. We need someone that is going to deal with what we got going on. I have a brand. I started my organization. All hands on deck. Chicago Flips Red. But we need the work. And yes, you're right, Miss Ricky. Ricky, Skills is in here. He's an artist, a great artist. We need to have fundraisers, art. We gotta pay him because he deserves every dollar. Every dollar. He's done a lot of things for me off of the free. We gotta pay my man. But we are creative. We are the culture of America. America ain't gonna strive without black people, without black America. So even when people say, well, black is dead and that word is dead, that don't mean, no, that's not dead. Black is very powerful. Okay? Black is very powerful. That's one thing, it is powerful. We're just lazy. We just don't feel like, I just don't want to deal with that. That's just too much. That's that. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You gonna continue to that's just like me just letting the city of Chicago say, you know what, we knocked down your building and we're not gonna give you anything. And I'll blow Chicago up. This is just what happens. We have to sit down and make a plan. There's sometimes that there's gonna be people, we're gonna have disagreements. That's life. The Jews disagree all the time. But them Jews but they running America. It's very small. It's not that many of them. And that's what Dick Gregory has always said. Dick Gregory said if we would be more like the Jews, we would get a lot more things done. And that is true. That is true. So that's what needs to happen. And honestly, it doesn't need to be a whole bunch of us. It just needs to be at least, like I said, it could be 100 of us to go down to D.C., to make a commitment to go down to D.C. every month to lobby on Capitol Hill. We don't lobby on Capitol Hill. Half of us don't even know what Capitol Hill is. They don't understand the importance of Capitol Hill. And my thing is, that's what's going to happen. And our vote. We have our vote, and we need to lobby. That's it. Yeah, we promote everything by unity, and unity is what's scared. You're absolutely right, Ricky, but we got to do it. But the ones who are ready are the ones hey, we just going to have to leave some of them, and that is fine. And they'll find their way. They'll find their way once they see, but we've got too many black elites and uppity people who think that they're better, and they're not. You're actually trash. You're actually the trash of the trash of the trash. Okay? I don't care how many degrees you have. The fact that you would leave, and you should be ashamed to say that you go to an HBCU. Because you go to an HBCU and you still are that type of person, you ain't crap. And that's just what it is. So we have to figure out what to do. And I know what to do. The first thing is, I have paperwork. I have the solution. The solution that I've been trying. Last year I was talking about this. A lot of people thought I was crazy last year. I would talk about it on my podcast. I would say little things, on my Instagram, but I didn't have a channel. So I wasn't into this yet. So now that I have a channel, this is done. But yeah. All right, so we're going to get you out of the way. Stuff like that. You've got people who are going to be like Bling Bling the Crack King. You understand? Bling Bling the Crack King, we had to we had to put him on timeout because there's some people that just slow. You understand? And they're going to be people that's going to be trying to distract you because that's what they want. They want us to fail. They want us to still be at the bottom of the totem pole. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. J.D. President owns the Hyatt. Therefore, it's beneficial for him to have. Yeah, but also J.D. Pritzker. Oh, this is another thing. So J.D. Pritzker is not coming up for. He's coming up for election, but he is going to push to be the U.S. Senate. He's going to try to take Dick Durbin's seat. That's white. That's white gossip. They got us thinking that Dick Durbin's going to rerun. I mean, he's going to run again, and then you've got J.B. Pritzker thinking that he's going to run. No, J.B. Pritzker is not going to run for governor in 2026, and he's going to be running for Dick Durbin's seat, and he's very confident that he's going to get Dick Durbin's seat. So we have to let him know that J.B. Pritzker, you are going to go sit down, okay, and eat a sandwich. So yeah. So that's one of the reasons why we have to stick together. I had went all the way somewhere else because it just gets me irritated when it comes to this black people, when it comes to we can't do anything. It's irritating. Um, and yeah, over time, promises have been made by the party, particularly in urban areas like Chicago, but it's been unfilled. But the reason why it's unfilled because, again, we don't have any black people that speak up for us. Every alderman that's down there, minus exception of maybe Bill, they don't speak up for us. They don't speak up for us at all. They don't care. They don't care. They don't want to care. They're getting 100. They're getting six figures. They got a full staff. They just dumb. You understand? Right. Bring back black banks. Yes. So it's always another one. And what irritates me too about the black Democratic people who did vote for Kamala, or the groupies, because those are groupies. So the groupies that did vote for Kamala and believed in black entertain and worship black entertainers who haven't put a dime in the community at all. That's why our community still look the way they look. To sit here and say that Trump is going to do us dirty, or Trump is going to sell us out and stuff like that. Like, first of all, like, we didn't have Trump in office. And you guys were the same people that voted for racist Biden. Racist Biden is racist, and everybody knows racist Biden was racist. So to sit here and say that Trump is the problem, no. Y'all the problem because y'all are delusional. Y'all also are the same people who think that the coons are people who are independent thinkers. No, you are the coons because you guys really believe in something that has been broken since they killed Dr. King, since they killed Hampton, since they killed Malcolm X, since they made my man back here, this man, Dick Gregory, they had him on the IRS until the day he died because they couldn't kill him. So it's like, you can't kill him, we're going to make you broke. So this is the issue when it comes to these things. So people think that the sellouts are people who decide that they're not going to no longer be a part of the democratic machine that has been infiltrated by foreigners, have been infiltrated by the democratic socialists, that have been infiltrated by the LGBTQ. They don't care about the black man at all. Do not care about the black man at all. From the organs to them getting killed, they do not care at all. And so that is it. You are a sellout, Dune Buggy, and now you're gone. Oh, nah. Dude, that was 30 minutes. Don't come back. But yeah. And so that's what it is. This is not an LGBTQ page. This is not foreigners page. This is not a foreigners page. This is not a Palestine page. This is not an Israel page. This is for Americans, specifically black Americans, who understand and know that we run America. Okay? So this is for black America and our allies. And what we need to do is get to the White House, get to Capitol Hill, give them our what we have. Now I started it, right? I started what I think we need as a whole for Black America. You, some of you guys may think that you have some things that that we need to get up there to Capitol Hill or up to Trump. Now, one of the main issues is we do not have any legislation in place. And we don't have any legislation in place because we have nobody lobbying for that. Okay? So since we don't have anybody lobbying for that, that is the problem. So, um, despite being the most loyal demographic, Black Americans have faced economic and social neglect from Democratic leaders. And I think that right there is people need to understand. How are you so loyal to a base and we still are at the bottom of the totem pole? Now, there's only two people that got this hat. Me and White Mike. And White Mike is really just real light skinned. We made these hats last year, Make Chicago Great Again hats, when I realized that the Democratic Party is, it's always another racist. Shout out to Robert Hunter. There's always talking about a free handout. Nigga, we built this country. And people like you are scared when we, let me tell you something. We're getting our country back. Okay, he's going to hand it to us. So that's it. That's the problem. So please take this is Robert Hunter, who is a racist. Any white person that say that we're asking for free handouts is definitely a racist, and they're gonna just continue to be racist. He got one more time. I always give the racist one more time. I don't let me tell you something. Racism is here, baby. It's going to be here for a very long time. The issue is we have yet to really fight it. And the way to fight it is with that U.S. Constitution that people fail to look at. That's how you do that. All right. It's always this type of person. Well, then since it's not, then you can get up out of here. All right. Now, Chicago has one of the highest black populations in the U.S., but it also has alarming rates of poverty, unemployment, and crime. But you got to vote blue because William Hall is at Limbs today giving out free turkeys for Thanksgiving. And that is the problem. We continue to take stupid stuff like turkeys and Amazon gift cards. My mother said back in the day, in order for them to get my grandma to vote and stuff, they would come bring chickens and stuff. So they upgraded to turkeys. So stuff like that. We're not taking any turkeys anymore. We're not taking any Amazon gift cards. We're not taking any of those things. If I can't go, if you can't go to your elected official and get your problem solved, they have to get out of office. Okay? They have to get out of office. If only thing that you could do is give a turkey out or fix a pothole or cut a tree down, you have to get out of office and get in sanitations and streets or in transportation. You need to hire. You need to. If you are proud to cut trees down, then you need to get into a tree. Get you a cutting tree business. Okay, but as an alderman of a whole ward, and somebody come to you and say, "Hey, My building just got knocked down. The city knocked my building down, and you say you can't do nothing. You have to get out of here. All right, Lieutenant Beefheart, out of here. Why? Exactly. So that's one of the issues too. So on a local level, we are going to get these aldermen out, especially if they pass this budget. They better not pass this budget. I say this every time I'm talking, but they better not pass this budget. Okay? And we already discussed that. Why you come here, you weirdo? I'm going to find you and I'm going to actually block you. Oh yeah, I'll find you when you've been on here for 16 years. But anyway, they gotta go. All right. Where am I at? Over 500,000 people in Chicago are behind on rent. 500,000 people are behind on rent in Chicago. And they just gave $9,000 out for rental assistance for the undocumented immigrants. But you got to vote blue. You can go to your alderman right now and tell them that you are behind on rent. They cannot do nothing for you. Nothing for you. They won't even speak about it at city council. They won't even call the mayor and say, hey man, 500,000 black people are behind in rent in Chicago. Okay? Getting evicted. And there's no rental assistance for them. No rental assistance. Please like and subscribe. No rental assistance for them. But these are the representation in the city of Chicago. I'm just saying, $500,000. 500,000 people. That's a lot when you just gave $2.2 billion to the undocumented immigrants. It's insane. Insanity. And on top of the 500,000 people who need help with getting that are behind on their rent, let's talk about gentrification. So on top of you not helping with rental assistance, we're getting pushed out of our communities as well. The Democratic Party. The Democratic Party. Yeah, in 2026, racist Robert, we can do it. In 2026, and we can do it, racist Robert. Thank you for still coming. Thank you for still staying here. Appreciate you. See, that's what I like. I like having conversations with my racist trolls that can stay here and have a good conversation. Exactly. If your last name is not Hernandez, Gomez, okay, they can't help you. They can't help you at all. Okay? All right. 4 last names with hyphens. Or 4 last names with hyphens. Yup, Donna, yup, got that right. Oh, that's so funny. That's funny. All right, let's go. What the hell? All right. Black families that are in Pilsen, Bronzeville, and other areas have been pushed out with minimal compensation as part of a larger development projects that primarily develop higher income and often white populations. That is happening as well. Okay? And when you go down there and explain it to the disgraced 50, which is the alderman, they have nothing to tell you. And they won't tell you because they're getting kickbacks. So that's why they got to get out of office. Okay? They have to get out of office. They got to get out because they're going to continue to do it. Okay? So the ones who came in there, the first term ones, there's 13 of them, they're out of there. And then we've got to get the rest of them out as well. Okay, the disgrace 50, because they're not going to help you. You're going to lose your home. You're going to be pushed out. It doesn't matter. It's either going to be demolished. Okay, they're going to put a big tax bill on it. Even if you do pay for it, they're still going to find some more taxes to put on it. And they are going to price you out or sell your house during at a tax auction. Your whole house just been sold from the tax auction. Oh, also, thank you for your donations, but I'd rather have you send them to my Cash App, which is Cash App $UT Lifestyle, or my Zelle, but Cash App I prefer. Okay, because they take forever to send my money on this thing, and I be needing my snacks, and I be needing to make copies. I do a lot of copying, so I can give you the information. So yeah, all right. Now, that TIF money, I said I'm going to sit here and have a conversation, but that TIF money is going to be a long one, a long live, because y'all really do need to get familiar with the TIF money. The TIF money is really messed up. All right. Black residents have been ignored by Democratic leadership in favor of corporate interests and undocumented immigrants. This is true. Okay? You're dealing with, especially in the city of Chicago, you're dealing with developers, real estate developers, who are giving a lot of these aldermen and employees, government employees, kickbacks, and they make more money they get more money when these illegal immigrants come over. I mean, even with the small print terms and conditions, we still should not be losing our homes. And I think that's the thing. People keep making excuses. We keep making excuses when it comes to our homes and getting bought out and stuff like that. They're preying on seniors, you know? Like it's levels to it. That's why we gotta fight on the federal level, you know? Under Democratic leadership, there has been a systematic underinvestment in black neighborhoods, and as you can see, that is, uh, as you see, our communities. That's what it's always been like that. And you have a mayor like Mayor Brandon Johnson, who's saying that he's making major investments in our communities. He's not making no investments in our communities. He's a pathological liar, and he's a puppet. And who's ever telling him to say these things, he's saying that. He's saying that. You know, he's not making not one investment in our community. And even before that, Lightfoot, before that, Rom, he closed down 50 schools. You know, they don't care. You know, before that, Daley. You know, before that, you know, like, you gotta look at our communities and look at how we don't have any type of investment. Even when it comes to these stars that y'all look up to. We look up to all these black stars, you know. What we got here, Chicago, you got Common, you know. What Common, what are you doing? You got Rhyme Fest, you got that now that he's on the board of for the schools, so hopefully, he makes a change when it comes to that. But the fact that we don't have no investment in our communities, and we have this is the most segregated city to this day, and we have these aldermen and these state reps and stuff like that that do not say anything or do not fight is a problem. So you telling me he can't get voted out? He can't get voted out now that he's in office? No. He can get voted out when his election comes up? No, he cannot. He's in there. We want the feds to come. That's what we want. To get the feds come and they come investigate that immigration money, he probably can get out sooner than later. Um, Like I said, I talked about the Robert Taylors, but the demolition of public housing, like the Robert Taylor homes in Cabrini Green, led to thousands of displaced black families, many of whom never received promised relocation assistance. And that is true. When they knocked down Robert Taylor, they waited, and then what I think 10 years later, they put a Mariano's there. Mariano's, and then right next they still got all the CHA, still got all that land right there across from the Mariano's on King Drive. And guess what they're gonna make that? Affordable housing, but mixed income. It's mixed income affordable housing. 30% gonna be low income, but you're never gonna see 30% of the low income people in there. They just say that in order to get the TIF money. That's how that works. My issue is eminent domain, and what I've learned with the eminent domain scheme here with the buildings department in Chicago is that the people that are head of the buildings department, such as Marlene Hopkins, they're getting some kickback or some money for knocking down our buildings without going. They're not even going through buildings court. They're just knocking it down in the name of police powers and getting in, so they can help the developers or help whoever that alderman is to sell our land to, or give that land to a developer to work so they can do the affordable housing. And the crazy thing with eminent domain is the violation of the Fifth Amendment in the U.S. Constitution says that you have to compensate this person. But they're bypassing all of that. They're bypassing the whole Fifth Amendment. And we don't know the U.S. Constitution. That's what I'm saying. This is like, if you have children, even if they're young or they're in high school or junior high, and if the schools is not teaching them the U.S. Constitution, that's you got to teach them. You got to get the U.S. Constitution. The U.S. Constitution has to be in your house somewhere. You understand? You gotta and let them know to look at that U.S. Constitution, research the U.S. Constitution, because they are literally violating the Fifth Amendment by eminent domain. It's illegal eminent domain, and they're not paying people while they're taking our land or whatever, taking that land or that lot and giving it to the developer who wants it for a kickback so they can stay in office. We got to get them out of office. Um, and also, we go back to another reason why the Democratic Party lost the election is that they have shifted leftward. In recent years, with figures like Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, champion progressive and socialist policies. Policies like Medicare for All, the Green New Deal, the Universal Basic Income, and have become central to the Democratic agenda, even though the universal basic income, that's just some BS because that was never going to happen. While these policies are crucial for many, they have often overshadowed pressing issues within the black communities. They went off and started talking about that, even with their focus with um, the push for policies addressing the LGBTQ rights. Progressive causes that overshadow the needs for jobs, affordable housing, and public safety in black neighborhoods because the Democratic Party has paid attention to social. They have not. They've only paid attention to social justice when it involves LGBTQ, but not just black LGBTQ. It's really whites, and now they have made this obsession with the trans. The trans thing is a whole nother thing. Like I said, the trans need their own political. They need their own political program. They need their own political party. The trans, it got real weird, and they're trying to force those type of things on us that we don't care about the trans right now. We are dealing with housing crisis. We are dealing with groceries. We are dealing with not being heard. That's the problem. You know, the LGBTQ, the democratic socialists that are really riding for the immigrants that are all over here is crazy. And nobody's talking about that. That's a problem. And it's going to continue to be a problem because, again, we run away from these things instead of saying, nah, take that over there. Let's get into why are we still at the bottom of the totem pole? Why don't we have any black representation? Are we ever going to have black representation? No, we're not going to ever have black representation because we do not fight for it. People still talking about Trump don't have any black people in his cabinet. Well, I guess he heard y'all, okay? Because he went and got Scott Hunter for HUD, for Housing Urban Development. Scott Hunter is an ex-football player and a Republican, okay? There's always been fighting for when it comes to equalities, when it comes to black people. So, hey, let's see what Scott Turner is going to do. So he went, and also for Secretary of State, he went and got a white boy, right? That's openly gay, okay? So he picked all the boxes for everybody. So it should be no issue now. We shouldn't have to hear about his being misogynistic. He's homophobic. He's a racist. He got everybody in there. He picked the people that he wants in there, okay? So let's do that. Because my thing is, if he would have picked Tim Scott wasn't going to do nothing for black people anyway. He doesn't do nothing for black people now. Same with Byron Donalds now. So it doesn't matter. Those type of black Republicans say we're all human. We're all American. I can't do something just for black people when we're all human and when we're all American. I don't want to be around with nobody like that. When you literally see that we have not gotten our economic resources. No, Ben Carson's not coming back, but Ben Carson's not coming back because he decided that he did not want to come back. And why? You know why? Because he's older and he wants to give younger people a chance. So respect for Ben Carson. Well, I hope so, Don Bongino. You know what? He's played a couple of our Chicago clips on his page. So, shout out to Dan. Shout out to Dan. It's always a weird one. Put you in timeout. Have a good one. Yes, no more money for Zelensky. No more money for Zelensky. No more money for and nobody but America. Citizens starting with niggas. Ben Carson paid the way. So yes. So the Democratic Party has yet I'm gonna just speak on the black Democratic Party, from the influencers to, like I say, Beyonce mama, to, you know, Uncle Luke, and all of those people that basically are still trying to find a reason a reason why the Democratic Party lost, instead of seeing that they weren't answering the needs of Black America. They weren't answering the needs of Black Chicago. And Chicago's the third largest city in America. Okay, we're the third largest city in America. We also are one of the only large city that's still segregated. And the fact that me and Miss Jessica and others were ignored when it came to our real issues, and we have all the paperwork, we have everything to show. And with trying to go to all of our elected officials, going to the attorney general, going to all of these places, going to all these people, these elected officials, and nobody helping at all in any type of way, that is what they need to be concerned about. They need to be concerned about where were the people at? Why did we fail? Why did we fail as a party to not help the people with their real situations? Everybody don't have a trans problem. Okay? I'm not getting railroaded because I'm gay. I'm getting railroaded because clearly I'm black. That's number one. But I'm getting railroaded because they do not see, the Democratic Party do not see the U.S. Constitution. It doesn't go, it goes back to the U.S. Constitution. Eminent domain has nothing to do with color. Eminent domain goes back to the fact that the city of Chicago, the state of Illinois, violated the Fifth Amendment by unlawfully demolishing my family's property because they were under the impression that they owned it because of what the corruption in the building department did. Marlene Hopkins and whoever else was in the buildings department, they were switching out stuff, doing their corrupt stuff that they've been doing for a very long time, and they got caught. And now that they got caught, and now I'm too far deep into it now. I'm all over the place. It's all over the place. All the receipts, everything is here. We got a federal lawsuit. Now everybody just stuck. Everybody just don't know what to do. Everybody just like, I don't know. So now this is the opportunity for the Republican Party to do what they need to do. And I honestly believe that Trump will do what he needs. I honestly believe that Trump will get into this and will give us what we need. And I don't see anything different. So when people sit here and say, well, I can't wait to see what the Republican Party do for you, the Democratic Party didn't do anything. Instead, they just watched us go down there for a year, going on 2 years, going around telling people that we were getting paid. Me and Miss Jessica was getting paid to go down there. What? Y'all knocked down my family building. Y'all got her building up in public administration. We don't want to come down here, but we're not getting any help. But we're not going to stop. Why would I stop? Nah. I'm going to show y'all how much of a fool that y'all are, how helpless of y'all are. And then we're going to get into this corruption that y'all can't help because y'all black representatives of the Democratic Party have been stealing our properties for a very long time and have been giving it to the developers in the name of the affordable housing. You guys are conspiring with CHA. You guys are conspiring with the buildings department, with Department of Planning, with Cook County. That's all y'all do. And y'all been doing it for a long time and getting away with it. So because you met two people that ain't going, now you just sitting there looking stupid. And then got the nerve to get mad because we said we gonna vote for Trump and we advise everybody else to vote for Trump too because you're not gonna get no help from the Democrats in the state of Illinois and Chicago because clearly, as you see, two black women are fighting that don't know each other, have two different type of issues, and we cannot get any help from the Cook County side, from the city side, from the state of Illinois side. So that is why the Democratic Party lost. That's why the city of Chicago, Cook County, the state of Illinois almost turned red. That's why we are now a swing state. In 2028, we are a swing state now. That's why. Okay? That's why in 2026, 2027, Brandon Johnson knows he's done. Okay? J.B. Pritzker, he thinks that he's going to be the U.S. Senate. It's time to let him know, no, you will not be the U.S. Senate. It's time to get Kwame Raoul out of there. However, like we told these people we spoke to yesterday on this Zoom meeting that they had, some of the white Republicans. Now, we ain't riding for you either in the city of Chicago if y'all think that y'all aren't going to fix this situation. Okay? Because like I said, I have no issue with, it's always some weird, always some weirdos. I have no issue. Hey, Tila, how you doing? If I got to run in this race, I will. I will. Okay? And I'm going to run as a Republican, a black Republican, a black gay Republican. Okay? Ain't nobody playing with these people. Ain't nobody playing with these people. That's how that works. Somebody sent me. What's it about? Oh. Thank you. Someone sent me Cash App UT Lifestyle. $ UT LIFESTYLE. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, but no, real talk though. Like we gotta start now. We have to start now. We have to mobilize. Let me say in the words of Killer Mike, because he said this back in 2020. Now is the time to plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize. And that is what needs to happen. And if anybody is not going to be on that path, then you don't need to be here. No, I do not know Trina Downs. Not sure who Trina Downs is. I'll look her up, but I'm not sure. Please like and subscribe. I believe Trump will. Yeah. Oh, hey, Shanton. Shanton is part of all hands on deck. How you doing, Shanton? So yes, that is, yeah, we ready, but we got to plan, we got to plot, we got to mobilize, we got to strategize, and I think that's the problem. We don't do any of those things. We just come out and say, ain't nobody ain't gonna do nothing for us. Have you thought you run for office in Illinois? I probably will, Robert. I probably will. Trina Downs, I'll look her up. I don't know anybody from Dalton except Tiffany Hayner. Okay, Tiffany Hayner, super mayor. Super mayor Tiffany Hayner. That's the only person I know from Dalton. Okay? It's the only person I know. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to be back on here at 10 o'clock because I am going to speak about my thoughts when it comes to Diddy, R. Kelly, all that stuff, because so many people ask me those questions and it irritates. I mean, and I'm gonna do it one time and one time only, because at the end of the day, it's unfortunate, you know, what's going on. But again, I blame us. You know, I blame us. I blame them. I blame them too. But yeah, but we'll discuss it more. I'm gonna speak on that tonight at 10 o'clock. Yes, yes, yes. It is. It is. And I'm going to give my uncomfortable truth opinion about it, because I just be looking at certain stuff online and I just shake my head, because it's like, we are so against each other. It's so irritating. And we ain't never going to get to where we need to go if we're going to continue to be like that. The whole situation happened with this election. How the election divided people. It's crazy. So yeah. All right, y'all. I will see y'all at 10 o'clock. Yeah, so many people are focused on Diddy. And they need not to be. They need not to be. At all. And we're going to talk about that at 10 o'clock. I'll see y'all later. Peace. Oh my God, Justin. The only part, your rights is going to be taken away, idiot.